Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of the Av Files. I'm your host, Av, and I'm joined once again by my co-host, my wonderful, enigmatic co-host, Daniel. What's up, Daniel?
What's going on, man? Awesome to be here.
Yeah, once
Yeah.
again, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're gonna talk about the theories about the death of Marilyn Monroe. But before that, please, everybody, if you're liking the content, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, hit the thumbs up, please, and leave a comment.
Yes.
Even if
Yes.
you don't feel like it, just do it anyway.
Yeah. We're running a special. It's free. Oh,
Right.
all right.
Yeah.
It's free. It's free. Just for this year and next year.
That's right. Yeah. Before time runs out, there's for
Yeah.
the next
Act
month.
now. Act now. All right.
Oh man, what's going on, man?
Man, it's good. It's always good to be in. Always good to be in. Always good to just sit back, relax, and get to some murder mysteries. You know what's funny? Not funny, but I
Murder
didn't
mysteries
know.
are hilarious.
Yeah. I didn't know too much about Marilyn Monroe. I really didn't. Like, there are some things where I just like. I know they're like icons. I just leave them there. I don't know
Right.
too much about them. Like
Right. I
Marilyn
mean, it
Monroe.
was way before our time anyway.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of like she's iconic. I know she's iconic. I know like the very basics. Her and Kennedy had a thing
yeah.
and Kennedy died. Are they related? No one knows. I mean, are the
Because
deaths
they're both
related?
dead.
Not them related, because that's really Alabama-ish.
Right. They're not related.
They're not related, but it's just So that's pretty much like all I know. I left it there. I didn't go deep diving into that.
Right.
So I couldn't tell you.
No. Yeah. No. And I mean, a lot of people know she was. She died, and a lot of people know that she what do you call it? She like overdosed on pills or barbiturates or whatever it was that
I
she was taking.
I
But
didn't know. I didn't know there was I didn't know there was like what's it called? Like conspiracies or her death was mysterious. I thought it was just
a death, just
a
another
death.
Hollywood
Like
death.
here
That
it
was it.
is, too
Right.
young. Shame. You lost
Well,
another
I
one.
mean, I guess in a way you gotta kind of be like, um, oh well, it's a Hollywood death. This person pretty famous. She was known all over. Something had to be weird about it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people, I'm pretty sure people were like, yeah, no, she didn't do that, or no, she didn't die because of this or that, whatever. But there are some theories out there that say that she didn't die just because of the drugs she was taking. And of course, they label her as she's unstable, she's mental health issues, she was
Okay.
depressed.
I don't I don't I wouldn't put it past her to be unstable or depressed. I'm just saying those probably didn't help her case.
No,
Being
and I'm not going to sit there and say that she wasn't. I mean, I don't, my thing is, I always find it interesting that when something like that happens, it's always, oh, they were depressed or they were unstable, they had mental health issues, they wanted to kill themselves. But did they really? I mean, maybe I wouldn't. Hey, that's another thing that probably was not helping her case. She probably was unstable. She was having a love triangle with two Kennedys at the same time,
yeah, that's the part. That's the part that's like, you know, that's the not normal part.
Right.
Right?
Right.
That's the not normal part. It's like, okay, crippling depression, anxiety, suicidal tendencies. Welcome to Hollywood. That's
Right.
that's
Right.
like your starter kit, right?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's
And
the
and,
starter kit.
and bang bang
The
the president.
the
A Kennedy.
president stuff. That's like the added. That's like the pro level. That's like
Right. Well, she
no
was
one
a pro
else
because
does
she
that.
she
Well,
she was she was up
that's
there, man.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's where her story is different
Right.
than everyone else's.
Right.
So that's all we have to judge her on is that different shit, right? Because it's other than the presidential stuff, it's all the same story as everyone else that unalives himself, that takes
Right.
the sewer slide,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that she didn't do that, but hey, who knows? It could have been something else.
So
That's why we're here. But that's why we're here.
what is okay? So okay, so what is the main theory?
Okay, so I don't know if it's the main theory, but we're gonna get into this one. So again, obviously, it's uh one of the theories was she was, murdered by powerful figures, the Kennedys. So
Yeah.
that's the Kennedy connection. One of the most prominent theories is that Monroe's death was not a suicide, but a murder orchestrated by individuals connected to President John F. Kennedy and his brother Robert Kennedy. It is alleged that Monroe had affairs with both men and became privy to sensitive political information, including possible secrets about the Kennedy administration and national security. Some believe that her death was a cover up to silence her and protect the Kennedys from scandal. I mean, but the Kennedys were always in fucking scandals, man.
Well,
Now,
what
okay, it's
was it? Cuba? Was it Cuba then?
uh not 100% sure,
The
but
Cuban Missile Crisis? Was
yeah,
that was Kennedy?
yeah, that was Kennedy. I can't remember if she was around at that time or not, but I mean, it kind of is plausible. You're there with the president, like he's sneaking her in. The Secret Service agents know when she's coming in and leaving. Um, so I'm sure he's not just talking to her. Um, Apparently, he, I guess he had issues in the bed, but like when he wanted to have sex, like it had to be like right then and there, and he was like 2 minutes, like done, and that was it.
I'm wondering if this is the whole better dead than red scare in Hollywood, where people were like, he's communist,
Oh,
like
uh huh.
like communist sympathizer kind of shit, like
Mm-hmm.
because of the whole Cuban Missile Crisis, high
Mm-hmm.
alert espionage kind of shit, like
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, it could have been. I don't know. Um,
because then all you had to do was be branded a communist sympathizer, and you could be deleted very easily.
I, well, okay. Speaking on that, I think at one point they thought Kennedy was a communist sympathizer.
What?
Yeah,
Kennedy?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. I mean, there's all his death. I mean, I'd like to go dive into that a little bit. His death
Huh.
too at some point, but I think some were either like he's soft on communism, and others thought he was a communist sympathizer. Well, I guess he would be soft on communism if he were a sympathizer.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
uh,
because of the way he handled Cuba, the Cuba thing?
yeah,
Got it. Okay.
yeah, and
Okay.
that's part of the
Okay.
reason why they wanted to get him out of the office.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, she's around both Kennedys,
Well,
and
I'm just trying to think of like the secret she could be like around and like what's happening in the country at that time
mhm,
and what scandals she could. I mean, she's obviously the scandal, right? That she could out and ruin a possible reelection or running for the next whatever it is, right?
right.
And you know, was Kennedy? I see. I don't even know this, dude. Was Kennedy a two term or was he just one term before he got assassinated? Was he just one term before he was assassinated? I mean, he didn't.
Um,
I don't know if did he make it a full one term.
Crap. I want to say that he did. He did. He was working on his. I think he. God damn it! I'm terrible if
No, no, you're good because see, I don't
if
even
I
know,
don't know that.
dude.
That's that. I should know that actually. You know.
R F K. RFK
Let's see. How many?
presidency. Okay, presidency. Mm,
Um,
not RFK.
only one. He didn't even make it through his first
Oh,
term.
okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So real quick, guys, this is not. This is it. It has to do with Kennedy, but it's mainly about Monroe. But
Yeah.
Kennedy got brought up. So Kennedy was the 35th president of the United States, 1961 to 1963, the youngest man elected to the office on November 22nd of 63, when he was hardly past his first 1,000 days in office. JFK was assassinated in Dallas, Texas, becoming also the youngest president to die.
Okay. No, that it makes sense because we need to put the pieces of the Monroe puzzle together. Like
Right.
who is sending the goons to if she was killed by the political machine,
Mhm.
what did she know? What secrets was she
Well, then
privy
she would have.
to?
She definitely would have known stuff about Cuba.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
You know,
For sure that.
and it's probably one of those um, where like Kennedy's just kind of like talking out of the side of his neck, just talking, and she just happens to be there, or he could probably be like unloading. He's had a hard 4 days, and he finally gets to see her, and just probably like unloads a bunch of shit to her, and she's like, "Oh wow, that's really interesting." Probably doesn't really care, but I
Or
mean,
overheard something.
right? I mean, yeah, that's what a main thing that people think is she probably overheard some stuff. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
which brings us into theory number two, Deuce.
Okay.
The CIA involvement. So the CIA was involved. There are claims that the CIA may have been involved in Monroe's death. This theory suggests that the agency saw Monroe as a potential threat due to her connection with the Kennedys and her knowledge of classified information. According to this theory, the CIA feared Monroe might expose sensitive details or be used by foreign powers, leading to her assassination to protect national interest. Proponents of this theory point to the Cold War context of the time, arguing that Monroe's relationships with powerful political figures made her a security risk. Her sudden death is seen by some as too convenient, suggesting that intelligence agencies might have orchestrated or covered it up.
Hmm. I,
So I heard that because they found her in her home, one theory was that the CIA, some agents went to her house, they knocked on her door. She noticed, I guess she knew who they were, and just kind of like let them in. That's why I guess for the most part, it didn't look like there was a struggle or anything like that, and knocked her out. Or because what so I heard somebody say that the reason why they didn't see like bruising or anything like that on her was either they gave her a shot or possibly gave her how do you say this, gave her pills to kill her, like cyanide or something like that. Maybe not even cyanide, because I think you can find that in autopsy. um, Rectally,
like, oh wow.
so it doesn't. So you're not like holding their throat, so there's no marks on the neck. You can kind of, I
Like
guess, more or less.
they like chloroformed her and like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, something like that. Yeah, that
oh
was one of
wow.
the. Yeah, so that was.
Damn, dude. Well, like, so that, so okay, here, okay, so going back to, let's say, like the crime scene or the
Yeah.
murder scene or the death scene, like,
Hmm.
who found her? Was someone just
Mm,
doing a wellness check? Like,
I want to
like
say the housekeeper.
like, see, I thought for some reason she OD'd and at like a party, like I don't know why. I don't know why.
No,
See,
yeah, her housekeeper found her. She found her dead in her home.
and there was no party, nothing like that. She just OD'd solo.
Mm, so no, so it looks like she was just there. So apparently, uh, the housekeeper woke up at 3 a.m. for whatever reason to find the light on in Monroe's bedroom and the door locked. She called she called her psychiatrist who came over and then broke into the room through the window and found her dead on the floor, or just found her dead. Monroe was found that okay. So this is why people said that she either got like not shot, but like had a shot, like a syringe, or um, probably chloroform with uh, some kind of poison rectally, so it can't be. There's no force. Like it's not. They're not forcing her to swallow anything. She was found nude and face down on her bed with an empty bottle of sleeping pills on her nightstand. Empty pill bottles were scattered around the room, which seems kind of weird. Like you take all these pills, and you're just gonna scatter all these pills all over the room.
What? That makes
Yeah,
no sense.
or empty bottles, not pills, but empty bottles.
So you're just gonna dump pills and like
Yeah, I mean,
ah.
yeah. Uh, mm, okay, so this is a little interesting too. So the housekeeper woke up at 3, banged on or knocked on her door because she saw the light on. She didn't answer the door. She called a psychiatrist. Now I don't know how far away the psychiatrist is from Monroe's house, or if you know. So the psychiatrist comes over, breaks into her room or climbs into Monroe's room through a window, right? And
Is
this is
that
all
normal? Is that normal for a psychiatrist to do?
I don't know, maybe back then. But then this is what got me. So the housekeeper called a doctor who called Monroe's personal physician. After the doctor arrived, the police were called at 4:20.
Holy
So almost an
shit!
hour and a half later, then the police were called.
What?
Right.
Like, okay, first and foremost, the whole thing is a setup. It doesn't sound real.
No, that's what I'm
Doesn't
saying.
sound real. Okay, so my dude or girl, lady, house cleaner wakes up at 3 o'clock. Okay, okay, I can buy that. I've woken up at 3 o'clock before. Um, I notice the lights on,
Hmm.
so I'm just going to bother a billionaire and get in her business. That's what I'm going to do at 3 o'clock in the morning. Your lights on. I'm just going to bother you.
So that, well, I mean, again, the housekeeper woke up at 3. Well, again,
Mhm.
well, you're right. It's possible somebody just wakes up. They whatever for whatever reason they wake up. So she woke up. She saw the light on. She goes and knocks on the door. No answer. Knocked again. Probably door was locked. Um. Then she calls, her physician who comes
which is
over.
which is weird, right there.
Okay,
Which
and
that's the
then
first why.
right, and then he can't get in. So instead of kicking the door in, he goes outside, climbs in through the window, sees her on the bed, face down, no clothes on, and bottles all over the place. He opens the door. They call a doctor. The doctor comes over, and I mean, I don't know how exact, each minute that's passing by, and the doctor comes over, and then they finally call the cops, which is weird.
I thought it was the physician called the doctor. Doctor called the cops.
Right. The
So
physician called. Yeah,
like
yeah, you're with it.
like there's too many changing of hands. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Either way,
so,
that whole thing is weird.
so she OD'd solo dolo, butt naked. What is with these Hollywood stars committing the sewer slide naked?
Ah, I don't know, but I've heard before that how when that happens, that's um not very common. So it is a little strange when that happens. You know.
I don't know, man. Was was Robin Williams clothed when he took the sewer slide?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he was.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think David Carradine was though.
oh no, his sewer slide was kind of weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was
But
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm looking at some of these photos of like how her room. I mean, her room is I mean, it's kind of a mess. Um, but yeah, I don't understand why nobody like kicked the door in.
I just don't get it, man. So then in the autopsy, then she should have did okay. Here's another big question. Was an autopsy performed, or was she cremated like the next hour? Because that's how
No,
these things
they
go.
had it. They had an autopsy, but then again, I mean, if there is involvement with the CIA, I would have to assume that they would say, "Hey, just perform an autopsy. Anything you find, let us know. Don't say anything to anybody."
So an autopsy was performed and nothing was released,
Yeah, I mean, um, oops.
or was it like Sackett's death, where like nothing, no one knows nothing?
No, I know. I mean, there was an autopsy. The body was removed from the home. Uh, went to the mortuary and then Los Angeles County Medical Examiner for an autopsy. The autopsy was performed, who later became known as the coroner to this. Okay, some guy. But yeah, a regular autopsy was performed.
So, see, my
Nothing
thing
really
is like,
popped up.
okay, it should have been like a ton. It should have said cause of death, tons of sleeping pills. That should have been the cause of death.
Right,
Nothing else. Cause of death, a shit ton of sleeping pills.
right, yeah.
Like
Uh,
what was in her room? Shit tons of
shit ton
empty sleeping pill bottles. What was in her stomach? Tons of fucking sleeping pills. So okay, so that's what the cause of death would seem, right?
yeah,
That is the reality. She
yeah,
died butt naked in her bed, locked in her room, found by all 20 people hours apart. Okay.
right,
Um,
right. Which I think, I mean, again, I think it's weird. It's like it's an hour and a half. I would think, I would imagine that if you go into somebody's room, they are unconscious, maybe dead at the time. You call an ambulance right away, and then you call somebody to help you.
yeah, that chain, that escalation doesn't make sense. Like you start with the emergency services first,
Right,
and then you work your way down. You go
right,
you go ambulance, or for us 911. They send the three. They send the big three: the EMTs, the police, the firemen, and
right.
then you go doctor, physician, gymnast, whatever the fuck he
But
calls.
yeah, whatever.
Like,
Yeah, boyfriend, lover, whatever.
yeah,
All that.
whatever. But okay, so
Um,
let's say it is a government hitman. Let's say it's a government hit piece, right? Um, they then that means they paid the housekeeper.
no, not necessarily. They don't. I don't think they paid the housekeeper. Uh, I guess more or less, she's kind of like collateral damage. She's not involved. They went in there. It could have been maybe the housekeeper was asleep, you know, or something. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know if the housekeeper was like, um, what do you call it? Like down the hall from her, or if she
Mhm.
had like her own little place. That's the one thing. Also, like I don't
How far?
know.
How far that
Yeah.
housekeeper like had to walk
Right. Yeah.
to get to Marilyn Monroe's room,
Right. Because I mean, even if let's just say somebody did show up and she wasn't, maybe she lived in another like
like an ensuite, like
yeah. So she's living over there. Maybe she heard people talking, or she thought she heard people talking. Was probably like, well, there's people over all the time. She's it's probably no big deal. Probably never thought anything of it, and uh, you know, didn't
it's
even pay
just
attention to it.
it's just why did she go check the room out at 3 o'clock? Like That doesn't make sense. Marilyn Monroe is a grown woman. The housekeeper is a grown woman.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you check another grown human being's shit at 3 o'clock in the morning? Like like
Okay.
I just don't.
Okay. So this is all right. This is just speculation. I don't know this to be 100% true. I'm just going off by um, things that I'm reading. So supposedly, according to some available information, Monroe's housekeeper, and this is weird. Okay,
Okay.
Monroe's housekeeper, often referred to as Miss Murray, lived relatively close to her Brentwood home in Los Angeles, California, within a driving distance of about 15 to 20 minutes. However, the exact distance is not widely documented. So you mean to tell me that the fucking housekeeper lived 15 minutes away, maybe closer, and she got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, went to her
No.
home, saw the
No.
light on, and said,
Nope.
"Oh, let me see if everything's okay."
Nope.
Yeah, no, that's definitely bullshit. So
Nope.
Monroe was case closed. Monroe was killed
Yep.
by somebody.
Yep.
We found out.
100%. 100%. We solved
Uh,
it.
yeah. I mean, I keep seeing different things where she lived relatively close to Monroe's house,
But not in the
not
house.
not not even like at a in the pool house. You know, she didn't have her little area next door, like right next door, where she could walk 2 seconds to from her front door to Monroe's back door. She lived like 10 minutes away.
Yeah, because even if they lived in the same house, that's a fucking stretch. Like,
Yeah.
even if they lived in the same house, like, sorry, even if they lived on the same property, that's a stretch to go knock on someone else's door at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's a stretch. Like, I don't care how close you are. If you're an employee and I pay you for a service, you do not knock on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning unless you hear me screaming, moaning, or you hear gunshots.
Hmm.
That's it.
Well, here's something else. Hold on. So it could be that people close to Monroe did. I mean, I'm reading all this stuff, right? So
Yeah.
I looked up these two about the CIA and the Kennedys killing her and everything like that. But it could be that some people close to Monroe were actually conspiring to get rid of her for whatever reason. It said that um, her housekeeper, after the death, fled the country.
Did she make money?
Didn't say. Never gave a statement for him.
Oh, she's
Uh,
made. She's made.
never gave a statement following Monroe's death, despite her job as a publicist. She fled the United States and took a sudden vacation to Europe for 6 months.
Oh, housekeepers have that money? I didn't know that. Mm,
Uh, it's thought that the Kennedys had sent her away,
hmm,
take a nice little vacation.
hmm.
So it's also believed that that was done there so that nobody, um,
Questioned her.
right? You can't talk to her. She's gone. You're not going to find her. She's out of there.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Yep.
So they paid her to purposely find Monroe's body at that hour to start the chain of events. So that way she initiated contact with the law. Therefore, it looked like she was not suspicious.
Hmm.
And by reaching out to all these different points of contact, they have all these other people to interview that led back to, you know how it's like, okay, this person called this person, this person called this person, this person called this person, then they called the cops.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, I'm going to call, we're going to backtrack it, we're going to backtrack it. Why did it take you so long? Don't leave the country. Why did it take you so long? Okay, I'm
But
going
it
to need
doesn't
you to
even
stay
seem like
put.
the cops even were like, "Don't go anywhere. Why did it take you 2 hours or whatever to call us?" They were probably just like, "Holy shit, Marilyn Monroe's dead."
Yeah.
and they were probably more preoccupied with that. When we have a suicide. They weren't even thinking of a murder.
No. No.
It said that they wanted to talk to her, but she had left, and apparently she kept jumping around all over Europe to kind of,
Throw off their
I'm taking a
case.
vacation. Yeah, I'm taking a
Yeah.
vacation. I'm gonna go to Germany. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna Paris. I'm gonna go to France. Never, never.
Never stayed in one place.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know. I don't know. Her house cleaner was the fucking jackal, international assassin, dude.
She
Fucking
could have been.
awesome. Oh
Hey,
my god. So okay, right there. That's it. That's who did it. No, not who did it. That's who. Man, I'm telling you, like,
that's crazy, right? That's crazy, and that's the first time I'm hearing that for the first time. Crazy,
yo,
crazy.
that's okay. That's okay. That's nuts. So the house. Why do they say it like a housekeeper? Like that's
Well, I
a
mean,
neighbor.
I guess
That's a neighbor. That's a
she was
neighbor.
the housekeeper. She got paid to come over and clean the house.
That's a neighbor that has a side hustle. Like that's what that is.
She's a housekeeper, a high end housekeeper.
Yeah, man. That's crazy, dude. That's smart. So okay, so that is obviously what happened. So what is the other theory?
Also, there was a mafia involvement. Uh, this theory links Monroe's death to organized crime. The mafia had tense relationships with the Kennedy family. I mean, obviously,
Hmm.
particularly over the administration's crackdown on organized crime. Some suggest Monroe was caught in the crossfire, knowing too much about the Kennedys' dealings with the mafia, and was murdered to send a message or eliminate a liability. And throughout all of these theories, it basically involves she knew something, she knew too much. I think that's what it is. She knew
Which is
something.
not stereotypical dumb blonde.
No, no. Like I said, I don't think she was a dumb blonde. She pretty much played that on screen, but
She was not that.
I don't think she was as dumb as people thought
Abs-
she was or acted.
Absolutely crazy.
But she, I think she knew more than what was said.
Dude.
She had to have known something for them to get rid of her. She had to have known something.
Anything on like a jealous ex? Could a jealous
Mm,
ex have
Well, if it was a jealous ex, I would have to say the scene would probably be messy,
true,
messier. You know what I
true,
mean? Like
true.
he would have beat her up or something. The I guess it would have been so loud that the housekeeper would have heard and came running then.
Yeah.
You know, um,
Yeah, the
but
cops would have been the first to call. The first
right,
call. Instead
yeah,
of
I think there would have been like bruises and stuff like that, and
okay.
you know, there's no DNA evidence, but she probably would have like scratched the shit out of him, whoever.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was a jealous. I don't think it was an ex. I
I
think it
don't
was
know if
more.
mob
Well,
was
the
the
ex. It was more like the Kennedys. I think it was.
did the mob even have could the mob reach you out in LA?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, 100%. This wasn't like they're not like just in New York and Jersey and
Chicago?
up and down the East Coast. Yeah. No, I think at this time too. 60s. I think they were pretty much like in Las Vegas too.
Well, I knew Las Vegas, but
Yeah. So they're not that far. I mean, yeah.
did they have their hooks into Hollywood?
Oh yeah, they had to. I'm pretty sure they did.
I
I
just didn't
mean, honestly,
I just
if
didn't
you
think they
pay them,
operated that deep in Hollywood.
yeah. I mean, at this time, I think they were more like I think they ran more rampant than like going around doing shit than they do now. You know,
Mhm.
it's like you saw like mobsters. They were with the mafia, whatever, and you're just like, I'm fucking with them dudes,
Yeah.
but you knew who they were.
But
You know, but it's again, you're gonna give them money to go do something, they're gonna go do it. They don't care.
I just don't I don't know. I like the deep state more for that than I do mob
Mob
because
hit. Yeah.
I feel like the mob lets you know it's the fucking mob. You know
Well, I mean,
when it's the CIA when it's like when it's Because the government's really good at being covert and letting that shit
Well,
like
again, the only reason I would agree with too, because then the mob would. I don't think it would be as clean. Look, if the mob doesn't want you to say anything, they're not going to say anything. They can keep their mouth shut.
yeah.
You know, if the president was like, "Hey, I want these mob guys. I need a mob hit on this person. Go do it." They're gonna go do it, and they're not gonna say anything.
But my thing is if they had killed Monroe, it's not like that. It's clearly gonna be a mob hit.
Yeah, you would think she'd get like shot in the head or something like that.
It's but because they mob hit is to send a message.
Well, not always. Sometimes they just get rid of somebody to get rid of somebody.
But then they go missing. Then they go
But
missing with no
but
trace.
it could also be that the message was, we can get this chick as popular and as noticeable as she is. We can get her. We can do it to anybody. But
I don't think
I don't even think like the mob has even said like, yeah, we know who did it. We're just not saying who did it.
no.
I think that's just a theory, as in possibly one of the things that might have happened. But like you said, I'm more on the CIA.
Yeah. Um I think it took a government. I think it took the cooperation of multiple agencies and the cooperation of a couple people in top agencies
Mhm.
to successfully sweep this thing and make it go away.
Right,
Because you need a couple things to fall in line to
right,
have this work out
right,
where no one's looking and no one and everyone stops caring.
right. So,
So,
well, again, like I said, with the CIA, the CIA stems the theory involving CIA stems from claims that Monroe had been involved in sensitive conversation with President Kennedy about national security, including nuclear secrets or covert operations like the Bay of Pigs invasion. Some believe the CIA feared Monroe might go public with this information, either willingly or through coercion, leading to their involvement in orchestrating her death. So that's, to me, that's what I would say was probably what happened. She
oh,
knew
she
she knew
liability
Yeah, she knew stuff.
because
Again, it's pillow talk. I mean, he bangs her for like 2 seconds and then he's done. And then what does he do? Oh, hey, sweetheart, yeah, we're gonna have a hard day going into Cuba. So she probably knew some. She had to have known some stuff. She had to do
so
some.
I get it. I get
I
it.
can't do a
It's
good Kennedy impersonation. So
it's not that she would rat on the president by choice, but the fact that the enemies of Kennedy knew that she was cozied up to Kennedy, could
yeah,
use
I
that
mean,
against Kennedy,
right,
could easily kidnap her, and that's it. Cat's out of the bag. Nuclear secrets, strategical secrets. She's a loose end.
right. So
Got it.
supposedly Monroe had a diary. She supposedly she It was reported she kept a diary where she recorded sensitive information, but apparently that went missing. That has never been found. So that's, if she had a diary, where is it? Who
Burned,
has it?
burned, burned, burned. 100% burned. There's no one has that. What it,
Somebody took it. The thing is not that they have it. The thing is that they took it. Somebody took it and now it's gone. Where the hell did it go? Who took it? Why did they take it? Because it had sensitive information in it. There's discrepancy in her timeline, like we had just discussed. That when she was found and when the authorities were notified has been disputed. Some believe there was a delay to stage the scene.
Mhm.
So that was part of the reason why it took so long for the police to, that, okay, we'll lay her down, we'll do this, we'll take her clothes off. Maybe there was blood on her that, they cleaned her up, put her in whatever way, and scattered the bottles all over the place. Uh Toxicology reports found lethal dose of drugs in Monroe's system, but no traces of pills were found in her stomach, leading
That's
to speculation
wild.
that she may have been injected with a substance rather than ingesting them. So that's what I was talking about, how they did the autopsy. When they did the autopsy, there was nothing in her stomach. That's why people either thought it was an injection or it was, you know, rectal.
So okay. So all the empty pill bottles, all the sleeping pills, all the that's what I'm saying. No pills were in her stomach with all the pill bottles all around her.
Right, right,
What the fuck
right,
was all that about then?
right. It was just, it was staged. It was
That
staged. It wasn't,
that's what that is.
yeah.
Coming from a movie star. Maybe it's a movie director.
Daniel, thank you very much, because case is closed. We figured it out.
Holy shit, bro.
Boom. Yep. Case closed.
Holy shit. That
Yeah,
she was
man.
playing the role of her life. Like,
Yeah.
dude, that's it. That's that, like so stupid. All those pills, none in her stomach.
Right.
Like,
You know. So if you died of an overdose, then where's all the pills?
not in your stomach.
How do you die?
Okay.
And there's no sign of a struggle. There's no sign of, like, there's no bruising or anything like that. How do you die?
Yeah. I
So
yeah. I that's a great question.
right. I didn't solve it. I was just asking questions. I'm
Yeah.
just asking questions.
We
That's
have
all.
we have a lot of plans tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We're, yeah,
I have some leftover turkey and pumpkin pie I want to
yeah.
eat. So
Yes, I have plans
that's
for
what you're gonna find
Christmas
in my stomach.
and the New Year's. I'm feeling very happy. I'm gonna feel happy tomorrow too.
I'm still trying to finish out my collection of Fantastic Four Volume 1. So
Yes,
please.
yes, yes. But no, man, that's wild, man. I didn't know, man. Just like the Superman one, that was wild too.
Yeah. So right, pretty interesting, right? That's these Hollywood types, man. I don't know, man. It's scary. It's scary to be a Hollywood actor, actress, and you never know, man.
Well, hear me out on this. I feel like you could clearly say that unknowingly Kennedy killed Monroe. And
Oh, yeah,
not on purpose.
right.
Not on purpose. I don't think maliciously. I don't think he purposely
No,
killed Monroe. I think he
no.
actually liked her and she liked him, right? Um it's the circumstances that the country was in at the time, and that she was just a loose end. She was just a loose end, and she knew too much, and she could get to him, and bad
Oh,
people
she's definitely like the one that could. She was the closest to him,
and
besides his wife.
people could get to her.
Right. She was
People could
very
get to
accessible.
her.
I don't want to say like very accessible, but she was accessible enough where she could. Shit. I mean, she's like, you knew where she was, you knew where she lived, you knew where she was going to be.
Any
It wasn't, she didn't have, I'm sure she had some security around her, but she probably didn't have any
Yeah,
like Secret Service agents
yeah,
and stuff like that. But I mean, Jesus Christ.
yeah. Anyone could probably abduct her and torture her,
Right.
100%, and get
But what,
any
what
kind of
never happened
information.
only because she was too popular,
Yep.
you know? So, but anyway, all right. Well, that's what I got for you, man. So you guys make up your mind. You guys tell us what you think. You guys solve this fucking thing, man.
Yeah, you guys solve it again that we
Yeah.
just solved.
Yeah. I
You're
did.
welcome.
I didn't.
Yep.
Credit goes to you guys. Anyway, Daniel, thanks again for joining me,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I appreciate it. This was interesting and it was fun. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Good luck on your hunting game. I hope you kill lots of bears and tigers, mountain lions, and all that.
Yep. I'm just gonna leave bodies. That's all I'm gonna do.
Of dead animals, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
All right,
Oh
man.
man.
Hey, thank you guys for joining us. Again, if you like what's going on, leave a comment, smash the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, please. Leave a comment. Like the comments. Keep them coming. Until next time, everybody, peace.
In a world of shadows and hidden truths, we search for answers, we chase the clues. A podcast of enigma.